Only need the light when it's burning low. Only miss the sun when it starts to snow. Only know you love her when you let her go. Whoa, whoa. Only know you've been high when you're feeling low. Only hate the road when you're missing home. You only know you love her when you let her go.
Hey everybody, and welcome to the finals of the LCUS Split 3. I am Kenos, and I'm joined this evening by a gaggle of casters. First off, we have Nickelbacher back from the dead. How you doing, Nickel?
It feels great to be alive, let
Uh,
me say.
Excellent. I'm sure we're all happy to hear it. Then we have Jeff coming back to join us. How you doing, Jeff?
I'm hyped, my friend. I am hyped.
Excellent. Hype is where we need to be. And joining us before his vacation as he joins Split 4 in the following next set of games, we have Sig Tau Lord. How you doing, Sig?
I'm fantastic. Small clerical correction. A group of casters is technically called a fluffle.
A fluffle. All right.
I accept that.
I will not use that terminology. So, we have tonight a best of 5 between Take the Lantern and Phoenix. Both two very strong teams showed very strong performances, especially Phoenix, in that last set of playoffs last week. For those who missed it, you shall go check those out. And yeah, I'm just thinking and trying to figure out where we're going to go with these set of games. Last two splits we've had, if you'll recall, undefeated 3-0 and a reverse sweep on Easter, which we were all very excited to watch. So I'll start with you, Sig. Who do you think's going to win, and what's going to be the final score?
I think this is going to be a highly contentious matchup. I'm so excited for us to potentially go to 5. Of course, that's always my hope, because we, as always, are the winners when that happens. Someone that got to cast Easter, we said a lot of the same things that you would think we would say. You think we would say, oh, this is going to be a close matchup. You think that so much is going to happen. But, folks, we're looking at Team Phoenix, who are consistent from start to finish, versus Take the Lantern, who this split have donned the crown as macro kings. Their late game impeccable. So how exactly is this going to play out? My opinion, I'm giving it to Phoenix. They're going to be able to snowball these early games. Take the Lantern's going to keep it close with the strong late game performance, but I don't think they're going to be able to close it out at the end of 5 games.
All right, Nickel, what do you think?
I'm going to have to go against Sig. Apologies. But the only reason I'm going to say that is because it's really tough to really go against either of these teams. We have two really strong teams. That's why they're here tonight. But the way I'm going to have to give it to Take the Lantern. It's going to be close matchup either way, I believe. But I just feel like that they're really good with their vision. They just have really good leadership under their belt bones. Phoenix does as well. I really think that Take the Lantern is going to be able to pull this one out under Phoenix.
All right, Jeff, you're the tiebreaker. Who's winning tonight?
Man, y'all putting me on the spot.
That's what we do.
Honestly, I think just based on what we've seen from this teams, I think that it is advantage Phoenix because they are the superior early game team.
Dude, I gave you that $20 for
similar points from both my esteemed colleagues Nickel and Sig. That I think we all agree that Phoenix is the better early game team. Take the Lantern, the better mid and late game team, the better macro team, if you will. But I do think that Phoenix is going to be able to snowball their leads better than other teams that Take the Lantern has had to deal with in the past. And so I think that between that and if Phoenix will finally focus the top lane, which we've been talking about a lot against Take the Lantern, I think that they will be able to just run away with these games before Take the Lantern's macro can come into play.
All right, good analysis from everybody. Let's see how the games play out. Should be getting started in just a couple of seconds here. And we will see how it shapes up. I mean, the various lane matchups are going to be really insane. As you guys pointed out, we do have a very drawn-out, solid, stenciled game plan that we see from Take the Lantern, where they kind of leave Darian up on his own, focus on the other lanes, and then just start moving as a team. And whenever they do badly, it's when they aren't following that game plan. Whereas on the other side, you have Hohenheim, who basically his game plan is have them waste all the bans on him.
Steel blue.
Right, steel blue. Then we have strong bot lane. LNZ Tars has been doing really great on Alistar, so I'm expecting we're going to see bans on that. Well, maybe one not mid lane ban for once against Hohenheim. And just the rest of Phoenix just has been a powerhouse, as you've all stated. So you have your various choices of who you think is going to win, who's going to lose. I've been sitting on 3-1 is the score that I see coming out through here. Do you guys think we're going to go all 5 games? Going to get it swept? Sig, we'll go back to you.
For who?
I think we're going to see a best of 5. Very capable players, and with their emphasis on macro, they're going to be able to create that potential. And momentum, I don't think, is going to play as much as a role in this game as usual.
All right. Nickel, how about you?
I kind of alluded to this in my initial analysis. I feel like that this isn't going to go to 5 games. We got really good teams here tonight. I think that it's real. I think I might agree with you that it might be a 3-1, but who knows? Who knows what they're going to pull out tonight?
All right. And Jeff, how about you?
I'm gonna have to go Phoenix in 3-1.
Okay. All right. So thinking for a little bit long.
I stated before.
Long games, no sweeps. Good, all good. And we are just waiting for one more player who, of course, had to throw off our, hey, we're starting right away. And then we'll get ready to go on there.
You know who you are.
Yeah, you know who you are. Oh, Phoenix is now claiming they're ready. And here we go. Alright, take the land starting on blue side. Got some strategic stuff there because that means that Phoenix is going to have to ban Anivia.
Well, that's one thing here. What's the over-under on how many mid lane bans are going to be here between Ace and Hohenheim?
Too many to count.
Are there going to be any mid lane champions left after this ban phase?
I'm going to keep count of every not mid lane ban, and we will keep everyone updated during the analyst desk between matches. So everybody stay tuned. We'll let you know. I'm
very excited to hear this.
For everybody at home, get started right away. Drink a shot for every mid lane ban there is.
Oh my god, we'd have no audience by the end.
As always, folks, drink responsibly.
See, here's the thing. I think that while we are going to see a lot of mid lane bans, there's going to be enough bans focused on the bot top and jungle that will clear it out, because they're going to take Alistar off the table, they're going to take Zac off the table, and Phoenix is going to be dumb if they don't ban Malphite.
Well, it's almost like, you know, I don't know if we have any basketball fans out there, but it's sort of like when you're playing against someone like LeBron James, you just try to limit everybody else around you sometimes. The Jinx ban, though, that's smart from Take the Lantern, based on what Phoenix did last week with Evil Envy on that character.
Yeah, so only 2 mid lane bans so far. All that big talk, and here we are.
Lord.
Well, if they don't
But
make
the
this look like
Anivia was banned. Oh, so the first pick, Veigar.
That's an obvious choice. Take away Hohenheim's other favorite mid laner once you ban Zoe. But I'm not sure how. I still don't really necessarily like Ace on Veigar. So.
Is it just because it's not in his usual champ pool?
That's part of it, but it's also just because he seems less comfortable, in my opinion.
I will
then
agree.
Take away
that.
the Lucian from Andy.
Sorry, Zach, you were agreeing with me?
I have to agree. I think that Ace really shines on some technical, capable champions, and Veigar, with that lack of maneuverability, paired with really late game scaling, though it plays into Take the Lantern well, it is I don't know if it's the best choice in this matchup, and I just don't think Ace shines on it as much as he does with the other champions in his Olympic size pool.
Yeah, I mean, you did have the Xerath available and things like that. I'm just waiting for the plot twist where it's support Veigar.
Yeah, that'd be interesting to see. Yeah, can't discount that large stun that he's got, but we'll see. With Zac taken away, yeah, Trundle's pretty obvious pick.
Faithful Trundle, forgot to get lucky.
Oh man, they're taking
probably not going to be a support Veigar now.
They're taking all of Hohenheim's most recent champions away.
Nah, it's Morgana mid, man. With Veigar support still.
Interested to see if Hohenheim's going to take mid here, be willing to go through another set of bans.
He knows what he's up against, so it'll depend on how flexible his champion pool is, even if we haven't seen much of it. Okay, that's a logical choice for him there.
Yep. Yeah, he's done well on Vel'Koz before, plus he's got the range to steal blue.
And I'm pretty sure Vel'Koz outranges Vigar's son even, so should be safe in that lane.
Yeah, I imagine we'll see the stun mostly just to keep Nunu off Veigar. Alright, so we have support and most likely top lane bans that Take the Lantern will be utilizing. And top lane and ADC bans that Phoenix will be targeting.
Still interested to see that Phoenix spanned out the Tristana, because they've been the one playing the crit multiplier AD carries of late.
Wonder, yeah, I was gonna say, if Malphite is not the last ban, there's something wrong.
You have to ban it at this point.
Alright, so unless Phoenix picks Maokai, Maokai's probably gonna be what Darian's gonna play.
I would applaud Phoenix if they did that. It wouldn't necessarily play into their playstyle, but we haven't seen Darian play anything but those two champions for a long time.
That Xerath ban is because that's something that LNZ TARDIS has been doing, is support Xerath.
Oh yeah, good point. I was confused about that for a moment.
Ooh, Thresh.
They're
Thresh
taking the
into
mascot away.
Morgana.
Yeah, they're taking the mascot.
I really question that choice.
Into Morgana, that's very interesting.
That's bold.
And speaking of crit multiplier AD carries,
If there's anything you guys should know about Alonzi is that he's bold. He's got to be confident in that pick. Or maybe he just freaked out.
I think...
no, there's no way.
It could be that he's just running out of resources.
Yep.
Because, I mean, they did take 2 of his bot laners away. And if they really want to pick on him throughout this game, it's going to be really rough for the Phoenix bot lane.
And the Swain coming out.
Swain
as
top,
the counter
most
to
likely.
Maokai. Okay.
Oh, you'd called it. Nope, never mind. They undid it. Quit playing with our emotions, Lantern.
Alright, so Sig, we'll start with you here. Explain to the folks at home why Thresh is a weird pick.
I am a huge supporter of Thresh, but playing him into Morgana is like going into a baseball game without a glove. It doesn't really work out that well for you. With Morgana's Black Shield, he's going to be able to prevent a whole lot of that flay pullback, as well as the hook, which is, I mean, the most devastating part of his kit. Plus, with that, you're going to be able to stop the Nunu stun, Vel'Koz's knockup. The Morgana is a very intelligent pick into this Phoenix lineup. The Thresh gonna be very limited if Gregosaurus is on point with those Black Shields.
All right. So Jeff, Swain Maokai top. What's that look like to you?
Well, I mean, there's a certain way it looks in general, and then there's a certain way that it looks in this particular character-to-character, or excuse me, player-to-player matchup. And how it's going to look is that Amaya's going to push in Darian, and Darian's going to get down about 30 farm by 12 minutes. But then Darian's going to make a teleport play, or he's going to make a roam mid at level 7, level 6, and try to basically make up the farm difference with a kill or an assist, or even a dragon or a tower dive bottom lane. Take the Lantern have essentially a different meta than the rest of the game right now in the way that they play. And so it'll be very interesting to see if Phoenix capitalizes on that. With the Nunu in the jungle, I'm not sure that they really have the personnel to execute a good dive up on Darian in the top lane. But I guess I'm excited to see if they'll prove me wrong.
All right. So Nickel, we've got beyond just the supports in the bot lane, we do have Caitlyn versus Lucian. Lucian obviously very strong right now. How do you think Andy's going to be able to hold up against him?
Yeah, Lucian's pretty strong, but Lucian also has to get really close, and without the help of Thresh pulling people in, that's going to be difficult. But I'm just looking at Caitlyn's range to that. If they're smart about it, which Take the Lantern has been smart about it before, They can play defensively and wait for an opportunity for Lucian or Thresh to screw up, or a good bait, like Jeff was saying, Maokai roaming mid or bot, or a cheeky teleport all the way to the bot lane in one ultimate, and then boom, got 2 people dead down for Phoenix. But and I was a little bit. I'm sorry for the delayed response. I was looking at the chat, and Prowler saying that's a love triangle, folks. The interesting champion synergy with Lucian and Thresh.
Yes, lore. Lore is interesting. All right,
Indeed.
so I think a big part of this is also going to be the jungle. Nunu has been, as we saw last week, incredibly overpowered when used correctly or incorrectly, depending whose side of the ball you're on. And how do you think Take the Lantern's going to respond to that, Sig?
Take the Lantern has to prevent any kind of snowballing from the Snowball Master. If we make it to late game and we see that incredible AP scaling with the Bloodlust that Nunu gets, it's going to be so difficult to stop him, period. Trundle, an amazing tool set. He's going to be able to counter invade when Nunu goes in. So we're going to have to see how this plays out, but it's just stopping the snowball.
Yep. Well, we're going to have to see if they're able to do that as we move into our first game of the night. Take the Lantern versus Phoenix. Game 1 of possibly 5. Oops. Misclicked
Hopefully
there,
5.
folks. People got to see the setup for a game from last week. Alright, going into skins. Couple of good skin champions here. Though it's all champions we've seen repeatedly, yeah, so like definitely not Vel'Koz, Workshop Nunu. I mean everyone's got skins at least, that's something.
Well done, finalists. Well done.
I like the synergy between Thresh and Lucian. That's nice. I think I'll give it to Phoenix for game 1.
Yeah, the Charred Maokai, Junkyard Trundle are kind of bringing down the team for Take the Lantern, I think.
Yeah, not the biggest fan of Junkyard Trundle. And I know Ace loves Bad Santa Vagar, but he's like maybe 4th or 5th on my list of good Vagar skins.
I'm all for those Snowdown Showdown skins, so I have no grudge against it. But yeah, Vagar does have a ton of good ones out there.
And once again, Evil Envy is letting everybody down. Everyone.
So I'm interested to see actually if Take the Lantern really focuses the bot lane very hard early in this game. We don't know them as an early game team, but between Caitlyn and Morgana, they will be push down there.
Mm-hmm.
And so are they going to prioritize first turret? It's got to get lucky, going to be going down there a lot. It'll be interesting to see.
Yeah, something I'm interested in is to see how the fact that it's dual teleport versus single teleport will work. Ace will be able to roam much better. Hohenheim will have to actually walk to get back
on a very immobile champion too.
Right.
It's not like it's a Talia that can get there quickly as a response or something like that.
And additionally, then there's the concern about the Ignite in the bot lane. So a lot of the game plan with this Thresh Lucian is to hook somebody and kill him. So hopefully,
yeah, that's a good point.
Hopefully Gregosaurus is on the ball with those shields, because if he's not, things are not going to go well for them early.
Yeah, absolutely. You're absolutely right. One hook, one play with that Ignite. I mean, Black Shield doesn't stop true damage. Only stops the CC to begin with. So if you're too late on that, could be a quick kill.
Alright, Hohenheim has gone Q first, so he could Q that brush Ace is
already?
hiding in.
I'm always surprised when I see guys skill up this early in a game. I get it, because 99% of the time you don't regret it, but that 1% of the time, when you take Q on Ezreal or something and then you get invaded. Yeah, so, I don't know. Both teams just sort of chilling in their own side of the river, except Hohenheim. He is looking. He's in the banana brush now. which looks less like a banana than it did 2 seasons ago. But oh my gosh, he is going so deep.
Just puts a
When he
ward on
gets
there.
the ward, oh my gosh, we're gonna see a signature Hohenheim play attempt here, but gotta get lucky at starting red. So no dice there, my friend.
Yeah, we'll see if the ward's able to last long enough. Generally, gotta get lucky is a little more procedural in his jungle pathing. Yeah, he goes for raptors or crab first.
Yeah, I think he's gonna do raptors and then scuttle.
Yeah.
Although Nebulon will be on this side too, so he might have a quick fight for scuttle.
Yeah, plus Ace is being a little bit aggressive, so I don't know if Hohenheim will be able to leave lane.
I like that plan from Ace right away. Try to push him in.
Yep.
I think Vel'Koz has the superior wave clear at level 2 or 3, but at level 1, there's not too much he can do.
Right.
Oh, and Nebulon got the crab right away.
Gotta get lucky, he sees that, and just continues on with his life.
And gotta get lucky did get seen there by a ward as well, so they will know that he didn't go straight to the top side of his jungle. So a little bit of wasted time, and Phoenix knows that he wasted a little bit of time.
Ace is taking a lot of burst damage early here, which of course is what happens when you're up against Vel'Koz, but at the same time, it's not good.
Does still have 2 potions available.
Yeah, I gotta get lucky, goes for the... Ace might get blasted here.
Ooh, forced to flash right away.
Yeah, burns both his healing potions as well.
Now you wonder how much experience Ace has in this matchup. I know that he's played Vygar a decent amount, although Sig and Nickel said that he's not necessarily as great. Oh, actually we have a gank in the top lane and the pull in onto Darien. He actually will use the Twisted Advance to try to escape onto Nebulon, try to flash this wall. He does, and they will not pursue. So Darien able to escape from a sticky situation there, but has to burn his flash and will now recall.
Gotta get lucky, he was thinking about coming to help, and so his jungle path is a little bit slowed.
I think that was a good heads-up play by Darien. He got caught out by using the Twisted Advance to give himself a little bit of distance. Might have been the difference there between getting out alive and getting up a first blood at 330.
A lot of poke damage in this bot lane. We've already seen the range of Caitlyn and the very slow but methodical spells from Gregosaurus Rex dealing a lot of damage.
Yeah, it looks like Take the Lantern have practiced this bottom lane. I actually don't recall seeing Andy play Caitlyn much in this split, but definitely looks like they're feeling confident with it. Nebulon coming down for a gank, though. There's the Lantern. Can Tardis land the hook? Black Shield came out already, actually, and they... Oh, good juke from Andy. And actually, now he might be in trouble. Heal forced to be burned, and there's the headshot from Andy. They go too far. Tardis missed the hook and paid for it with his life.
Yeah, first blood on Andy. They gotta be really happy about that. Ace is meanwhile about to... about to die to
Flash hit
Geometry.
from Hohenheim, but he doesn't quite have the range to get in. These are 2 of the most immobile mid laners in the game, and they're just chasing each other so slowly. Hohenheim can't get him, burns his flash for it.
Hohenheim, you got to use Geometry, man. You could have gotten that kill if you used the angles.
Simple geometry. Be a Hanzo main. Sorry, I'm crossing over games here.
Alright, Nebulon coming back in for another gank. Do have a ward here so I can see it.
That was such a key juke from Andy on that hook from Tardis, though, because Phoenix planned it out well. They used the snowball to crack the Black Shield, and that hook would have been, true to its name, as a death sentence if Andy had not sidestepped it.
Ace taking a lot of minion damage here just to make sure he gets his stacks.
Looked like he wanted to interrupt the recall there. Hohenheim doesn't have teleport, so if Ace can push this in, he could at least peg this farm back to even after falling behind early.
Ace at 22 stacks. It's worth noting that even though Andy did get first blood, he has not gone back. So he may be 700 gold up, but it's still technically equal.
Yeah, I think he wants to shove this lane in before he backs, but that is so often just too greedy. We see it in almost all levels of play in League of Legends. Trying to get the perfect recall as a coach is a good one.
Oh. Ace throws down a control ward. Nebulon gets a speed boost coming back in.
Oh, here he comes. They do land the root. Oh, and there's the hook on Gregosaurus. He wasn't quick enough with the black shield this time. He is absolutely dead to rights. He flashes. I don't really know why, because he was dead anyways, and Evil Envy picks up the kill. Ace is here. Can he get the Event Horizon down? No, it's not quite far enough. So Phoenix, they return to the scene of the crime, and they get some reprieve.
That was a really good showing of the learning experience that they got from that last engage. Rather than waiting for the for Nunu to show up, they hook to start out the fight.
And actually, Hohenheim could be in trouble here. You've got to get lucky from the top, and Event Horizon is available from Ace. Hohenheim dodges away from it for now, but he's just stuck in there. Got to get lucky, has got to be careful. He is pretty low, and it looks like they will just let Hohenheim walk away from this. Nice discipline. Actually, he didn't have flash anyways, so never mind. He was forced into that decision to not use his flash, but he does survive.
Oh, Swain's here.
Yeah, we have the level 6 gank coming from Phoenix's top laner. Not exactly what we'd expect. Ace is getting burned down. He has no flash. Dead to rights. Hohenheim picks it up.
Yeah, a little too greedy there. Possibly miscommunication. I'm pretty sure Gotta Get Lucky did see Swain coming. Maybe didn't call it out. Because Ace had no reason to go into that with 4 people mid, knowing that Swain was coming. Alright, so mid lane not going great. Bot lane is going alright. Top lane is what top lane always is for Take the Lantern. Troublesome.
We did hear Sig and Nickel question that Vygar pick. We're used to seeing Ace be very good in the mid lane. Obviously, Hohenheim is very good too, so we can't just put it on the pick. But
And here's the
maybe
thing.
not the right choice to first pick that Vhagar.
Yeah, Hohenheim is not dumb enough to walk into the stun. You're never going to see him do it. So you need to either catch him on the outer lip, or it's basically just to hold him steady. And that's part of the problem.
I think it was so huge for Phoenix to get that return kill in the bottom lane specifically. Because you already have such a laning advantage for Caitlyn Morgana against the Resolution. When they got that first blood in a 2v3, that lane looked ready to fall apart. But they come back. And now that Evil Envy has some gold on him too, he will get an earlier power spike than this Caitlyn.
Pegasaurus throws a black shield on himself.
Now they're ganking the bot lane, but Gotta Get Lucky is here. Absolute Zero comes out, and there is the Soul Shackles from Gregosaurus. Nebulon taken extremely low. I think both junglers are going to drop here. Now it's a 2v2. Dark Binding lands, but Gregosaurus gets taken down by the damage of Evil Envy, who has double buffs. He dashes in. Here's Darian with that teleport wave you talked about. There's Ace coming in, and they will turn it around for a 2-for-1, but they expend a ton of resources. Evil Envy uses the heal to make sure he gets out from under the event horizon to limit the damage.
Yeah, I don't agree with
And now free time in the top lane for Amaya-chan.
I don't agree with Ace flashing there at all. I can appreciate why he did it, but I think we're seeing slightly less experience with Vel'Koz coming into play here.
I mean Vhagar.
Vhagar, not Vel'Koz. Yeah, Vhagar. Sorry,
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
watching mid lane when I was narrating.
Yeah, I think. Oh boy, Ace could be in trouble
throw up
here.
the
He's
stun,
got
Ace.
Nebulon behind him, Hohenheim in front of him.
There we go.
Puts down the event horizon. They do get the snowball down, but
Yeah,
they will back.
that's good. But like, if he had been playing Lux in that last fight, he would have gotten 2 kills. But
Yeah,
since
you're absolutely right. I mentioned the Seraph, but not the Lux, and things that they could have taken instead of that Vhagar. And now this Infernal Drake, I think, is going to be taken easily by Phoenix. A nice call from the number 2 seed in these playoffs. They came out on the wrong side of that exchange overall in terms of kills, but they knew Take the Lantern's recall timings, their death timings, and they just went right to that dragon.
Alright, Darian up in the top lane now, able to get some of this. Ace hasn't really landed a stun with that event horizon yet.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
Gotta be frustrating.
A couple times he's locked Hohenheim in the cage, but Hohenheim has just walked around in that cage until it went away.
55 stacks on Vhagar currently.
And double buff on Evil Envy, which is a scary proposition. Gregosaurus fishing for a binding down there. Look at that damage coming out. Culling actually misses. So Evil Envy maybe could have gotten a good trade with a full rotation of spells to try to land a good culling. Andy avoids it.
Impressive black shield there.
3-0.
Oh, the stun lands!
Hohenheim able to walk away.
Not quite a lead button yet, but we're getting there.
A 3-0 Lucian right now, though. You talk about Caitlyn being a lane bully, and it's absolutely warranted to talk about her in that manner. But when you have a 3-0 Lucian, who is going to get... He has his Essence Reaver already at 11 minutes. It's out the door. I mean, Caitlyn cannot be typical Caitlyn against a Lucian with Essence Reaver at 11 minutes.
Meanwhile, Darian is only down 23 CS, 22 CS, at 12 minutes, so he's doing a little bit better.
Fair. Yeah, I said it would be 30. Not bad.
Well,
We have
still
8 seconds left.
8
for it
seconds.
to get there. Go get the Krugs, Amaya. Go get the Krugs.
Oh well,
Ah.
so close.
All right. So, interestingly enough, we and mostly me. I don't want to condemn anyone else to it, but talked about the top lane being what should be the focus for Phoenix, but they have been all about the bot lane so far, and it's been working pretty well. Not that Gregosaurus and Andy have played poorly, but they haven't been dominating in this Caitlyn Thresh matchup, or a Caitlyn Morgana matchup, as you might expect. Gotta get lucky coming in, and the teleport from Darian, or excuse me, it's Ace. He gets the Event Horizon down, and Alonzi does walk into the stun. Evil Envy is taken very low, but they can't finish anyone. Ace in the hole is gonna get blocked by Nebulon. Gotta get lucky, will flash for the last kill. But actually, Nebulon destroys Ace with the absolute 0, and Von Hohenheim gets first turret in the mid lane. So, I think that's absolutely something Phoenix will take.
Yeah, and Hohenheim's thinking of coming here now and possibly picking off Gotta Get Lucky.
Yeah, he does have the Disintegration Ray. Oh, maybe over-predicted the stun there, but he can get on to Gotta Get Lucky here. There's Evil Envy dashing in. Snowball lands, and that's another kill. Teleport is burned by Amaya-chan. I wonder if he'll cancel. He does not. I think they want to get this bottom lane turret right here.
I don't know if they're going to be able to do it, though. Evil Envy is very low. I don't think he wants to risk going under turret, but
It'll be
we'll
up
see.
to the other members of Phoenix to just make him not even a viable target. And he's very low on mana. They do land a ton of damage onto Gregosaurus. They don't have the Disintegration
Ace is
Ray
here.
anymore. There's the Death Sentence onto Andy. Black Shield comes out in time, and now Tardis is actually under the turret. They haven't finished it in time. They lost the minion wave, so they do get the turret, but they mis-execute that dive a little bit and lose a kill for it that they definitely did not need to sacrifice.
Yeah, so they do get 2 turrets from that exchange, but Take the Lantern once again managing to match kills at the very least. I'm not, yeah, I still think that hopefully game 2 Ace decides to go with a different mid laner. Because there's been a couple of times here where I think that, you know, Anivia or Lux, even Swain maybe, could have done more than Vagar can do here.
Speaking of Swain, he is coming up towards Darian, who is out of mana. But looks like Amaya, based on that pathing, is not actually looking for any sort of kill.
Yeah, definitely just trying to defend the turret.
That turret has gone very low now.
Gotta Get Lucky is spotted here. Pillar does come up. Flash is available for Hohenheim, and I imagine he'll use it if he thinks he needs to. There we go.
He does get out of the Event Horizon that way. Good prediction there. Oh, there's the Flash Death Sentence from Tardis onto Ace. He is dead to rights for sure. Doesn't even burn the Flash. Gotta Get Lucky, can go down. Gregosaurus has to flash away. There is the Disintegration Ray and a dash in from Evil Envy to finish it off. A double kill for him. And this is what we were talking about with Team Phoenix with this snowballing capability out of the early game.
Yeah, I think we're gonna see some Nunu and some Nunu bans next game. But we'll see what happens here. I think maybe they forgot that Nunu was the threat that he is. But we'll see what happens. Annie and Darian here holding the line.
Darian actually going in, looking for some CC. Oh, a nice root onto Evil Envy, but they just don't have enough damage yet. This is a Caitlyn with only Storm Razor.
Yeah, Nebulon was in a little bit of trouble. They managed to get out as well. Meanwhile,
So I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, meanwhile, Darian's all alone in the top lane. Going for the Herald now. Yeah.
What better tool to snowball a lead?
And Hohenheim is waiting to steal that blue buff.
There it is.
Geometry.
Calculate the range actually, but no, gotta get lucky.
Good smite.
So they deny it from Ace though, which is still sort of a win for Team Phoenix.
Ace is at 91 stacks.
So we've got a 4.5k gold lead for Team Phoenix at 16 minutes. We've seen Take the Lantern come back from these types of deficits before, but the way it's looking right now, they're going to have to come back against 2 Infernal Drakes for Team Phoenix.
2 Infernals with this much of a lead. It's not looking good.
And it's always important to note that they are not playing a tank top laner. You've got a Maya-Chan on that Swain who will benefit heavily from that increased AP. When you have 3 characters that are going to use that bonus versus 2, it makes Infernal Drakes even more valuable.
Alright, we have first turret from Take the Lantern here.
And it's in the top lane. How often have we seen that?
I'm expecting we're going to see the Herald used in the top lane, but we'll see.
It's the only outer left, and it would pretty much one-shot it from here.
Ace, meanwhile,
There's
trying
a
to get...
huge wave in the bottom lane, though.
Ace thinking about getting farmed down there, 96 on his stacks. Also trying to build his Archangel staff. See him just randomly casting spells, not necessarily caring about what they hit. 98 stacks. Big push in the mid lane now from Evil Envy and Hohenheim. Alonzi joining in. So 3-man push. Darien is here, is spotted though. Alonzi going for the hook. Does land it.
They do land it, and he takes it in onto the Maokai. Gets the play down as well. Look at that damage out onto Andy with the Disintegration Ray. Just forces everyone from Take the Lantern to run away with their tails between their legs. No kills coming out, but you see the intimidation that comes out there from that Vel'Koz.
Yeah, I would have liked to see what would have happened if Darien's ult had hit Hohenheim there, but I have to imagine they all would have just ended up dying.
Darien coming in again. He's looking to just be a wall, it looks like. I thought he was looking for an initiation, but no such tactic was pulled out. And top lane, outer turret goes down without the Rift Herald needing to be used.
Yep. And here comes the Rift Herald, though.
There it is, yep.
Ace is here, though. They should get Hohenheim here. I can't imagine he's going to get away.
They do finally shut down this creepy evil squid. But now gotta get Lucky's in trouble. Has to flash away from Maya-Chan. Lantern comes out, and a Maya-Chan takes it almost as insult to injury there against the #1 seeds. Now, they do land a huge stun onto 3 members. There is so much damage coming out here. A Maya-Chan has to pop that stopwatch and then flashes over the wall. Dragosaurus is just looking for Nebulon. He's all alone, though. He has to pop his own stopwatch. And will they be able to find this Nuno with the Blood Boil and the movement speed? I think they'll get out. So actually, Phoenix does a great job getting out with only 1 death there after that 3-man stun from Ace.
Yeah, getting just that 1 kill. That's, again, the power of that Nunu, able to use his ult and just create a situation where they have to panic and stop him rather than trying to secure more kills. Evil Envy getting farmed down the bot lane. Gold values, let's check those out real quick. About an 1100 gold advantage on ADCs who are now dueling in the bot lane. 1700 in the mid laners.
For what it's worth, and I apologize if others have noticed this before me, I hope you have, because he's well into this build, but Nebulon is going AP Nunu right now. So there is going to be a lot of damage coming out from Phoenix, but very little in the way of beef. And so they need to end this game fast.
Yeah, I mean, I'm interested to see how that goes. You know how I am with in terms of wanting tanks and wanting ADCs, but when they have this much of, if not point lead, at least, you know, psychological lead, I think they might be okay with
Ooh, Hohenheim flashes over the Wraith Wall looking for a kill onto Ace. He doesn't quite have the damage. He will take the big chicken, but now Darien's coming around. He gets the Twisted Advance down, and Hohenheim has no flash. There's no Lantern. He takes it. Dark Binding does land, though, so it won't matter. Andy has a killing spree, and this is what you have to worry about if you are Phoenix. Andy ramping up. When you are not building tank, this Caitlyn will rip you apart if you let her get to late game.
Yeah, we'll have to see what happens. I was going to say there seemed to be a little bit of misunderstanding there from Ace. Trying to go into the stream as opposed to away from it, but he managed to survive and get out. I have a stopwatch glitch playing right now. I apologize for
Yeah,
the
I keep
noise.
hearing it as well.
Stopwatch is broken, call your congressman.
Just a little bit more hype.
But Everyone kind of wanders out. All right, so we just stay away from Dragon Pit. We don't hear it anymore.
Oh, stun lands onto Nebula now. This would be another big play. They get another shutdown now. And this is what we see Take the Lantern do so well. Darien running down to Maya-Chan. He's going to have Twisted Advance available any second now. There it is. There's the damage coming out. And Ace picks up another kill. That's so much of an influx of gold going over to the Vagar in the last 10 seconds. And Take the Lantern, they just find a way to get back into these games just like this.
Yeah, this is the first kill lead they've had since the beginning. Big.
Oh, there's the disintegration ray. Is it enough damage? Ace is able to get away. Darien stuck under tower though, and Evil Envy actually flashes in, and can he get away? Andy wants this kill. They do pick it up, but it's Gregosaurus who gets it. Tardis lands another hook onto Gregosaurus. He's gonna go down. Ace in the hole though. No one can block it, and Andy is 4-0-7. Evil Envy is 7-1-3. We are looking at a hell of an AD carry duel potentially coming up for the rest of this game.
I love that awareness from Andy, though. He may get picked off here. Overthought.
Detonated the Q a little early there, I think.
Overthought his geometry. Should have shot into the lane rather than alongside it. Yeah, that was great awareness to see how low Alonzi was and be able to take him out.
Now a Mountain Drake, though. We've seen 2 Infernals and now a Mountain, and I think Phoenix are going to be able to pick this up easily.
Yep. We're not going to watch him do it, though.
Could you have ordered a better set of Drakes to snowball a game
Right.
that Phoenix have gotten in this early game?
It's absolutely insane. I mean, if they had gotten an Ocean Drake to be able to prolong their pushes, it'd just be icing. Now, as long as no fights happen near the dragon, we won't have to hear that annoying ringing sound for the rest of the game.
Actually, I think it's centered on a Maya-Chan. At least for me it is. As long as I'm not looking at a Maya-Chan, it's not coming.
Let's see here. Where are you, Amaya? Up here. Yes, you are correct, actually. All right.
All right.
So it's Swain's
sorry,
fault.
Maya-Chan. We're not going to look at you very much.
I wonder if it's echoing on their game, too. That'd be hilarious. Because then you could hear him coming.
That's a good point. So Blue Steel finally coming out for Hohenheim there. Actually, they give it to Nebulon. Actually, they both have it. I'm not sure who got what.
Alright, Baron does not have a ward on it from Take the Lantern. They do put a ward here and see that the entire team is essentially right there. So Ace is a little out of position.
Yet.
We'd like to see another turret or two for Take the Lantern here.
Yeah, Take the Lantern, they have cut the deficit down to about 2.5k, so significantly less than it was maybe 8 minutes ago. But Phoenix, between their lead and mostly I think the Drakes they've managed to secure, absolutely still in the driver's seat right now.
Ace at almost 200 stacks. Worth noting, he's actually further behind in CS than Darien right now.
Ah, good call there. How often has that happened?
Alright, so the singing Swain in the bot lane. Next dragon is another Infernal. My god.
Oh my gosh. You feel like, honestly, I feel like Take the Lantern, you have to find a way to contest this last one.
Yeah, I mean, because like you said, the fact that there isn't going to be a tank is very significant. But on the other hand, if you have all of these Drakes helping you out.
Oh boy, Nebula. There's the damage from Andy coming out
That's
that you just
nice.
saw. Just destroyed that Nunu out of nowhere. Oh, but look at that damage from Hohenheim. Unbelievable burst onto Andy. Sends it right back. Return to sender, my friend. 1-for-1 overall.
Hohenheim does blow his flash, though, which may not have been necessary.
Ace now in trouble. And Tardis is just fishing for Darien right now. Looking to chop down this tree. Darien is able to flash away.
Yeah, the damage coming out of Hohenheim is absolutely insane.
Yeah, and you see the tanks from Take the Lantern building up a couple of Spirit Visages right now. But if Hohenheim can get to the backline, he is just going to destroy anyone else in 2 or 3 spells.
Gotta get lucky, man, just to avoid getting picked there by the geometry. A lot of math not going Hohenheim's way, but the damage numbers are.
All the math that matters sometimes is doing more damage.
Ace
Your opponent has health.
Ace at 214. Hohenheim's ult is available.
Oh, look at that nice root onto 2. Amaya-chan takes a headshot. All 10 champions now in this bottom lane.
Winion's up in the top lane, though, for Take the Lantern.
Yeah, that's a good point. That is a very substantial push up there. So many ranged minions hammering away on that turret.
Oh, the singing is done. Hey, we can look at Amaya-chan again.
Oh, thank you, Amaya-chan. You're so beautiful. I'm glad we can look at you.
This turret has almost been completely killed just by minion wave. This is insane.
I do think Evil Envy is going to get there just in time. But man. Not sure if Take the Lantern intentionally set up that slow push, but if they did, kudos, my friends.
And now they're taking down this mid lane turret. So the only auto turret left is now bot lane for Phoenix. Gold lead is dropped to 2.2. Dragon up in 2 minutes.
And it's such an important Drake.
Yeah. This Baron is going to be interesting if it's decided to be taken, because with no vision, Take the Lantern is literally no vision except down here in the corner by Dragon.
And you also wonder if Team Phoenix is thinking about using the Infernal Drake as sort of a bait here. Take the Lantern to think about it too much and try to rush down this Baron, because with Nunu you have a basically guaranteed secure on it.
Well, we'll see where the positioning goes. It's all going to get figured out in the next 90 seconds or so.
Nebulon has a needlessly large rod. He is still going full on AP damage.
Yeah, Take the Lantern's in a little bit of trouble here. They can't decide where they want to defend. They were jockeying for position on Baron, and now they've backed off of it, protecting this mid lane.
And they're starting up the Baron.
All right, let's see what happens here.
It's going down pretty fast. The damage of Evil Envy is going to be very helpful here, and Hohenheim zoning on the outside.
Nebulon very weak, though.
He sees it happening. He flashes into the pit. I think he completely did not know how much health there was, but look at that damage. Darian's gotten to the front line. This is what we expect from him. But now Gregosaurus and Darian have both been melted. It is a 3-for-2 on the map right now, but Ace and Andy are both alive, and Ace just destroys. He's going to get the Ace in the hole. It's a 4-for-3. Somehow Take the Lantern, turn that fight around. They stop the Baron, and they get even more gold onto their big carries.
Well, I'm going to get in my box here and talk about the importance of tanks now. When you have a tank, you can put them on the front line and they absorb a lot of damage, which is what Darian did there. And yes, they all got melted, the big guys got melted, but that extra damage meant there wasn't that damage that was being focused on Andy and Ace. And suddenly your two major damage dealers are alive, and there goes the turret.
Man, oh man. How many times are we going to see this exact same plotline bear fruit for Take the Lantern? Fall behind, find a couple picks in the mid lane, a couple shutdowns. It's almost like they set up these shutdowns, give a couple kills over so that we can get more gold when we eventually kill this guy.
Well, let's not give them too much credit until they actually win.
Of course.
They've got a while to go yet. Darian a little out of position, though does have teleport available. Ace too far forward, I would say. That's a big asking to get hooked.
Yeah, he was in flash hook range, absolutely. Oh my gosh, but now just the instant kill onto Amaya-chan. Walked into a trap, the event horizon not even required, and now Take the Lantern are going to pull the trigger on this Infernal Drake. If I were Phoenix, I would stay away from it. It's Hohenheim over the wall. I'm surprised, actually, that Take the Lantern didn't try to come down and cut him off, knowing how deep into their own jungle he was.
Yeah, you never suspect that trap combo until you get caught by it. But good job almost stealing that by Hohenheim. If he had, that would have been really brutal.
Yeah, absolutely. I appreciate the attempt. It's worth it. You get a triple Infernal that just shuts down all momentum that Take the Lantern have picked up. But now you've got Infinity Edge, Rapid Fire Cannon, Stormrazor on this Caitlyn. And no one building armor other than a Zonia's and a Glacial Shroud on different characters for Phoenix.
Ace had 261.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say Ace 261 stacks. I know people like to hear regular updates on that. Go on.
Just the scariest part here is not only that they have no armor, they have no tanks on Team Phoenix, but they have so little backline access in general. There's no one who can get to this Caitlyn reliably.
Yeah, the best they can really hope for is Vel'Koz's long laser. Which can melt the Caitlyn in about half a second, so...
It can. He's going to have to surprise him, though. Because if Andy just has time to net away from it, then I think he'll be okay.
Ace out of position, does have teleport available.
Yeah, we've seen Ace do this split push game as a mid laner quite often. That bottom lane turret is very low. Maybe trying to set up another one of those split pushes.
Big minion wave up in the top lane for Take the Lantern here, so someone's going to have to go deal with that.
Yeah, I may have given them too little credit earlier with that slow push up top. It seems like between the top lane and the bottom lane right now, Take the Lantern are very much thinking about these slow pushes, about minion wave control.
They know
they may get a pick on Tardis. He is all alone. He burns his flash, and there's the Bach, but the Dark Binding comes out. Easy kill. Darian picks it up.
And that's the problem with rotating to deal with those minion waves. Suddenly it's a 4v5. Though I think LNZ should have known better than to go out there.
I think at least don't burn your flash there. I mean, you are dead to rights in that situation.
Yeah, or at least flash a different direction. Don't flash deeper.
Sure. Find a wall to flash over, maybe. But I think this minion wave is going to take this turret in the bottom lane now for Take the Lantern, and so we will see them get their first gold lead of this game. Actually, right now I think they're technically like 50 gold ahead, but it's actually going to become a real lead once this minion wave does its
Big
job.
hit there on Andy. Took off a third of his health.
And he does have a null magic mantle, so you see him respecting the damage, even though as a Caitlyn player against this type of team composition, you want to just go full damage. There's the turret going down, so Take the Lantern, a 200 gold lead now.
Ace continuing to push up in the top lane. But that means that he has left his team at a 5v4.
Yeah, teleport is available, but it's so dangerous to teleport behind as a squishy mage like this, as opposed to a tank, because you can just get destroyed the instant you arrive. There's no Zonias for Ace right now.
And Ace was thinking of going back, but changes his mind. So let's see if what do they decide to do with this. I don't think they know Ace is up there. No, just going to protect that turret. So the game plan that Take the Lanterns had for the last, let's say, 5 minutes, has been Ace goes to each lane and split pushes them, and then they try to get a pick when someone tries to respond to it. Whereas everyone else just kind of is living by Baron right now, because that's the big piece of the pie. Oh, gotta get lucky. It's way out of position here. Flash is not over the wall. Blast cones to not get chased. That was actually clever. Good for you. Big absolute zero, though, or whatever the term is. Ace's stun helps out a lot. Gregosaurus has almost no health, but managed to live, and is teleporting on a turret, or on a board. Has to flash for it. Will they get... Oh, big dragon time here. Good Zonia's there. And gets healed as well, but Andy's damage is absolutely insane. Oh, Ace also up here in the top area. Below, there's a delete button. Delete button is online, folks, and this could be a Baron. See what happens. Jeff, there's some clicking noises right now. I don't know if your headset's screwed up or not.
Yeah, sorry, I had a little bit of an issue there, but I think I should be back now. Big play, obviously. Thank you for taking that one, Kenos. As Take the Lantern, they look like they are on their way to just completing this same formula. I know you said let's not talk about till it's done. Actually, a flash away from Ace there. I'm not sure that was necessary, but maybe afraid that Evil Envy was there. Baron going to be secured by Gotta Get Lucky, and flash over from Andy. He is feeling thirsty. Heal burn from Evil Envy and the flash.
I actually think that was just his net, because his flash is still available.
Oh, right. I saw the flash from Evil Envy. My bad. Thank you very much for pointing that out, Kenos.
Yeah, that means there is a flash on an ADC for one team and not the other, which is never good math.
Absolutely. You see Evil Envy at 8, 2, and 5. I mean, this Lucian can still do a great amount of work for Phoenix, but it's just not comparable to a 3.5 item Caitlyn.
Now we do have Elder Drake coming up in 14 seconds. This is going to be the next big fight and could actually help Phoenix secure the game if they get it.
Yeah, to me, this has to be their top priority here. They've fallen behind against a better late game composition. They have built their early game composition all in on that. There's a death cap on Nebulon, so they need to get this Elder Drake. And Take the Lantern, they are not respecting how important this is either. Gotta Get Lucky went back in a questionable situation there. Maokai ultimate coming from Darian, just trying to scare them off, and it looks like it will succeed in that job. Look at Ace from the back. He's got a stun. Tardis goes down immediately, and the double kill goes down onto Nebulon, and there's an easy pick. We talked about Ace on this Vagar. It wasn't working before. Triple kill right there. Might have just secured them game 1.
Turns out when you put the delete button on anybody, it goes well. But yeah, good job by Ace getting some of those flanks to come in from a good angle. If he had come from a different position, they might not be able to pick those off, but they didn't. He did, and he's got 325 ability power. And when you have no durability...
Oh my gosh, one more goes down onto a Maya, and I think that's got to be tamed. Baron buff, Elder Drake, Evil Envy, you're a good player, but I don't think you have a chance of stopping this push, my friend.
Yeah, they gotta focus down quick before Hohenheim and Nebulon get back.
And it's
just
gone.
hit the damn building, thank you. Alright. So
Man, more of the same from Take the Lantern.
Yep. And more of what we saw in the in game 1 against Northern Storm as well. Fall behind, but then they get their 1-2 picks, and there you go. All right.
And yeah, and we talked about Ace, falling behind in that mid lane. He ended up being the only guy level 18 at the end of that game.
Check out some graphs just for fun. Hohenheim's still doing a lot of damage thanks to that AoE laser beam. But unfortunately, about 10,000 more damage coming out of Amaya was what sealed it, I'm sure. All right. So, do we have the analyst desk with us?
Of course.
Yes, sir.
All right, excellent. Sig, we'll start with you since I asked you about that bot lane. How do you think it worked out for Phoenix, even though they lost?
I think it worked out wonderfully. Thresh and Lucian performed incredibly well early game, even consistent into the mid and quote unquote early late game. I think there were other issues that maybe led to Evil Envy not being able to perform to the level that was necessary. But bot lane, it went great for him up until 28 minutes. That first Baron fight, for Thresh, that was a death sentence. There was nothing much more you could do from there. Only so many hooks work if you land the hook and then you die. No, there's nothing really you could do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. And Nickel, what do you think about how Ace performed on that Vagar? Obviously, I was saying some mean things about him, but do you think I was being unfair?
No, you weren't. But just really quick, I hope you have room on top of your box because I just have to say something really quick to Phoenix. Tanks.
Yeah.
But anyways, back to the regular question that you yes. But back to the regular question that you asked. You kind of hit it right on the nail right there. I mean, I was seeing, like, I don't know if he was just using it for more like a scare tactic or something. Maybe it was planned, but it seemed like, to me at least, that it was like a little bit of inexperience with the character early on. But then as the game was going on, it's like, okay, I understand this character more and more. Let's just keep going with it. And now I can actually land these stuns. And now that I have this delete button, which, I mean, a delete button, give it to anybody, you said it yourself. And then when he flipped the switch and was able to turn on Vigar, it was just game over for Team Phoenix at that point, especially with those, at that one point he had that triple stun right there. That was a very big move for him, and also just the flanking that he was doing. It was a sight to behold as the game was going on.
Yeah, definitely. All right, so we'll actually hit this now before we head into the break. If you are Phoenix, what are you changing game to? We'll just say build tankier characters, and then what else?
I don't think they did any... Oh, sorry, go ahead, Sig.
I can agree with that first statement, but I think the greatest issue, even if we ignore the tanks, is get Amaya-chan involved more. Up until that first Baron fight, Amaya-chan was setting at 0% fight kill participation. Out farming incredibly well versus Darien, but when you're out farming a Maokai, you're just not. It's like washing your hands after you leave the bathroom. It's to be expected.
I love your analogy, Sig.
Accurate. Very accurate.
All right, how about you, Nickel? What do you think they should do?
I do have to agree with Sig. I was kind of going to touch on that as well. Not the washing hands, but, you know. But, yeah, it just seemed like that Swain Amaya-chan just wasn't really part of the team fights. I mean, and it kind of played into, like, how Take the Lantern plays the top lane. right? I mean, Darien just sits up there. And that was actually just helping them out because it was essentially kind of like just a tactic of keeping Amaya-chan up there. Because, hey, I'm winning this lane, I'm just going to keep doing it. But, yeah, other than that, the tankiness, that's definitely something that I think they should do. But other than that, honestly, the game was close. Up until the end of the game, they didn't do anything totally wrong in my eyes. Like, they were holding their own. They were even ahead most of the game. And it was, like the chat was screaming, just a massive turnaround from Take the Lantern. Just well done for both teams. Take the Lantern was just able to take the W.
All right, well, we'll take a quick break and see how it works out for the next set of games. See if Phoenix can tie it up 1-1 or if Lantern keeps the momentum going. Don't go anywhere, we'll be right back.